WSYR TV Syracuse, the local station. You're watching the Morning News.
Good morning. Welcome in. It is 5 o'clock on a Monday. Rachel Polanski here with you. Ryan has the morning off, and we are in storm team alert this morning as we are expected to start off our Monday with another messy morning commute. Kate, tracking it all for us this morning.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Yeah, mostly cloudy for a lot of us, but then if you are between Ithaca, Cortland, Dryden, southern Cayuga County, and really on this southern shoreline of Lake Ontario, it's a little icy and dicey for you. You're dealing with some slick-covered roads, and this is eventually going to be lifting back north, though, through Syracuse later this morning, and eventually head for the Tug Hill later on today, which is where we do have winter storm warnings in effect starting at 7 o'clock this morning. And you can see that's where we are expecting the highest of our snow totals beginning later today, lasting through early tomorrow morning. Meanwhile, while that is happening, the rest of us, well, it is another very cold day. We're waking up single digits and teens. Feels like temperatures throughout the teens throughout the day. And eventually some quieter weather settling in for at least a few days this week. We'll have more on that coming up for you in just a few minutes.
We'll begin with two devastating.
The Storm Team Alert, certified as Central New York's most accurate.
And a very good Monday morning to you. We still have active alerts as we still have winter weather advisories and lake effect snow warnings that go into effect later on today for the Tug Hill area. The Finger Lakes is what's dealing with the lake effect, though, this morning. This is what it looks like in Auburn right now from the Cappy Skynet 9 camera. And you can see Genesee Street is slick and snow covered. A lot of your roads are going to look a lot like this. We still have snow coming down. It's 13 degrees. There's just a little bit of a wind, not much, but it is a very cold start to our morning, and so we have this spray of lake effect snow showers. There probably is snow happening right here. It's just a little bit of a radar hole in how shallow lake effect can be, so the radars are just not picking up on it. But it is coming down pretty steady, though, in parts of southern Cayuga County down towards Ithaca, Cortland, Dryden, down into the southern tier. A little bit of some tricky travel going on between Ithaca and Cortland and Groton, Dryden, so please be careful heading out the door. This is where you guys are going to pick up about 1 to 3 inches of snowfall before it starts to lift up north. You can see where things are going to kind of zero in on later on today. This is mostly happening this afternoon and this evening before it fizzles out tomorrow morning. But right just outside of Adams, Copenhagen, Denmark, outside of Montague, best chance of seeing about 6 to up to 12 inches of snowfall, and then lesser amounts outside of that. So it's still going to be a bit snowy for today. And you can see in the timecast how this starts to evolve, lifting up north because our wind is starting to shift again a little bit more from the southwest. So it's crossing over the thruway right around 10, 11 o'clock or so, lifting north of the thruway by lunchtime and eventually moving farther north into Jefferson, Lewis counties. You can see the yellows. That's where we have snowfall rates coming down pretty good, up to about 1 inch per hour at times, while the rest of us have a much quieter evening. We're cloudy, a little breezy at times, wind chills around 10 degrees. So bundle up as you are out and about again today. We don't have any relief in the temperatures yet, but we do have a little bit on the way, and we have some relief from the snow tomorrow. It's a lot quieter day tomorrow too. We got temperatures. It's still cold though in the 20s. We're feeling like the teens today with our wind chills, with those highs still running well below normal for this time of year in the mid-20s. We wake up tomorrow morning once again in the teens, below normal. We're going to keep up this cold pattern for a little bit. Look what's on the way for Wednesday and Thursday, though. We got 40s on the way. Oh, it's been a while since we've had that. But as you may expect, it comes with some consequence. Now, quieter weather tomorrow. Really not much happening on Wednesday. Just a little bit of some rain, snow going on. And even Thursday is not looking too shabby. We should be mostly dry. But it's Thursday night. We got rain moving in. We are so warm because of a warm front out ahead of that next system. And that's going to move through here pretty quickly on Friday, knocking temperatures down. And we change over from rain to snow on Friday. So that's what we're watching out for at the end of the week. Until then, let's try to enjoy the 40s while we have it for 2 days. And then we're back to the 30s, a little bit of rain, snow moving by Saturday night into Sunday.
Okay, right now it is 5:40.
This is a Storm Team Alert, certified as Central New York's most accurate.
And doing another check at our snow-filled radar per lake effect, per usual here. Not everyone, of course, is getting snow, but most of it is actually down south, downwind of Lake Ontario, mostly impacting our Finger Lakes area, especially between about Ithaca and Cortland, extending up towards Auburn and right in parts of Cayuga and Seneca counties. Now, this will be on the move, so depending on where you are, day parts, depending on how much snow you get. So for Syracuse, right around 7, 8 o'clock this morning, that'll pass on through. Auburn after this morning will be fairly quiet the rest of the day, and Ithaca as well. But it's cold today. Everyone is in the 20s. Oswego, you get in on your snow this afternoon and evening. You have a lake effect snow warning. Oneida County, you're going to be dealing with some of that passing through around noontime, and then not bad. But Rome, you'll be mostly cloudy with that snow kind of moving just north of you guys for this evening. We'll see a general about 1 to 3 inches of snow around here. Some a little bit more, some a little bit less. You can see most of that snow is for up in the Tug Hill today, though. Don't say anything further. I'm there, when and where. It was amazing. So thank you so much to the United Way for asking me to participate in that. It's such an amazing campaign.
Yeah.
I know my kids participate in the Dolly Parton books. They get mailed to through the United Way and all that. So yeah. So if you're able to donate any books this holiday season, or even just giving the gift of reading to kids, too, it's always a good one.
And even on these snowy days, she is our little Miss Sunshine.
I try, although of course today I chose black. Whoops.
Maybe yellow next time. We'll coordinate better.
Yeah.
So how is it looking as folks get out the door today?
People are probably ready to turn me off at this point. Trust me, I'm trying to find the off switch to this lake effect snow, because it is driving me.
Where is it?
Oh my God, I know. Listen, it's driving me bonkers too. Lake effect is not easy, folks. It is not easy, and so we are still in this again today. I do have some good news, though. After today, that we do have a reprieve from this cold, snowy weather for a few days. So we just gotta get through this Monday. Here's what it looks like on the radar, and we have most of our lake effect down towards Ithaca, Cortland, even down towards Binghamton. But we're already starting to notice things filling in a bit out towards Rochester. So that's telling me things will be on the move right around sunrise. So like 7:30 or so, that's going to start moving through Syracuse, dropping about an inch or two around the area before it heads up towards the Tug Hill. That's where we have lake effect snow warnings today, and that will really start to get going again this afternoon and this evening. Now, outside of that, everyone is cold again. It's 6 in Rome. You were at 0 about a half hour ago, so it's starting to go up a bit. Going to school today, bundle up. Our temperatures are in the 20s. We'll be in and out of these snow showers again.
Thank you, Kate. We'll begin with breaking news.
This is a Storm Team Alert, certified as Central New York's most accurate.
Hey, good morning, everybody. We've been checking in on our Auburn camera this morning. So this is where we've seen most of our active snowfall from the CATV Skynet 9 camera. Our roads are a little slick. We can see the pavement, but they are certainly going to be a little slippery for you this morning. Temperature, we are sitting at 13 degrees right now. There's not that much of a wind, so wind chill not so much of an issue, but we are dealing with this lake effect snow. It's been coming right off that southern shoreline of Lake Ontario and going down just south of Syracuse, Ithaca, Cortland, Binghamton areas. This eventually is going to move a little bit north, crossing the Thruway and Syracuse, and then heading up for the Tug Hill area later on today. So we're dealing with just some light snow. There is snow falling right here. It's just right in that dead zone with the radar. But between Cortland, Ithaca, Dryden, Groton, this is where we have some of those steadier bursts of snow, especially just south of Ithaca. So that's where we'll find a couple of inches of snowfall today. But that snow is not going to last all day. It's actually going to keep moving and eventually set up over between about Adams and Copenhagen, Montague. This is where we'll see most of our snow for this afternoon and this evening, upwards of 6 to 12 inches of snowfall by tomorrow morning. So you can see on our timecast how things are on the move, crossing over Syracuse between about 10 and 12 this morning. Moving into Oswego County for the lunchtime hour, and then heading up for the Tug Hill by the time your after-school hours are kind of wrapping up here. And then the rest of this afternoon and evening, not looking too bad. We have some quieter weather from Syracuse, Thruway, and south, while the Tug Hill is still going to see some of that snow tonight through tomorrow morning. That's why we do have lake effect snow warnings for Jefferson, Lewis counties, and even Oswego County until tomorrow morning. Then we are finally going to catch a little break around here. There there is really nothing happening tomorrow afternoon. We're okay with that. There's some clouds, maybe limited breaks of sunshine. We're still chilly, though, with those highs in the 20s. Temperatures today, 20s also, with feels like temperatures in the teens. Does get a little breezy later on today, and that wind from the southwest is what helps bring that lake effect back up north. So make sure you are bundling up. We wake up tomorrow morning in the teens again, but a lot quieter for a lot of us. And there's actually not a lot happening for the next few days. And there's a little bit of a warm-up this week, too. We should be able to crack 40 degrees for the first time in a long time. And then we could actually have a shot at the upper 40s on Thursday. But that comes with some consequence. Yeah, we have our next system moving in at the end of the week. This one, just a little bit of some very spotty hit and miss showers Wednesday night. But Thursday is pretty quiet. Thursday night, Friday morning, this is when temperatures shoot up to near 50. We have rain and some steady rain overnight Friday morning, and then that cold air is rushing in behind it, and we'll change over to some snow mid-morning on Friday. And that's when it's going to turn colder, too, with some accumulating snow. So we're just going to keep an eye out for that later in the week. Beyond that, Saturday's not bad during the day. It's Saturday night into Sunday. We'll have a little bit of a rain-snow mix system kind of moving on by for finally the first official day of winter, which is happening on Sunday. In today's Tech Bites early in the season, and that seasonal total was a whopper of about, I think, 179 inches of snowfall. So we'll see. You know, we're certainly off to a very snowy start to our day. We continue to deal with lake effect snow showers. We're already getting some school delays coming in for parts of the Finger Lakes, and that's where we're finding some of our most snow. This is from the last 24 hours. Now you can see that's where some of that snow from yesterday was. Of course, we had much more than that, but here's what's zooming in. Our radar is estimating anywhere from like 3 to 6 inches that has fallen overnight. Now this morning it's going to continue to weaken. Now this is the forecast snowfall starting at 7 a.m. through today. You can see how things are lifting up later on, and we're looking at anywhere from 6 to 12 inches of snowfall by the end of the day. But you're like, you know what? I could use some warmer weather. You know, me too. I was thinking the same thing. A couple of 40s for Wednesday and Thursday. That'll be lovely.
Yeah, it
Heat
really will
wave.
be. nice and balmy. All right, let's get to our question of the day. Wicked has officially wrapped up its run at the landmarks, so we are asking the musical, as many know.
ITheir TV Syracuse, the local station. You're watching the morning news.
Good morning. It is 6 o'clock. Rachel Polanski here with you. Ryan Dean has the morning off. Thank you so much for joining us, and make sure you are keeping an eye on the alerts rolling in at the bottom of your screen. We are tracking 2-hour delays for 3 school districts in 3 different counties. Lansing Central in Tompkins, Waterloo Central in Seneca County, and Union Springs in Cayuga County. We are also in Storm Team Alert this morning, as we're expected to start off with our messy morning commute. Kate, tracking it all for us this morning.
And a very good morning. Yeah, we've been trying to find the off switch here to the lake effect. It hasn't turned up yet. It must be buried under all the snow that Fulton picked up with 2 feet of snow yesterday. We have reports of several inches of snow down in parts of the Finger Lakes. Things looking pretty good right now on 690. Things are relatively quiet around Syracuse for now. We're going to give about another hour, and then that snow starts to move back towards us. But right now, the heaviest of our snow is downwind of Ithaca, heading towards Tioga County, Broome County, and even we're starting to see things fill in a little bit, though, along that southern shoreline. Tully dealing with a little bit of snow. This is what we're forecasting. New snowfall during the day today. This is on top of what has already fallen overnight. And you can see that purple blob really sticking out there. It's where the Tug Hills. So that's happening tonight. We have our lake effect snow lifting north. Everyone is cold. We're waking up single digits and teens, so bundle up, heading out the door for schools that are on a full schedule for today. Still dealing with some snow showers. We finally catch a breather after today for a few days. Thank goodness for that. We'll have more on that in just a few minutes.
Thank you, Kate.
This is a Storm Team Alert, certified as Central New York's most accurate.
All right, good Monday morning. Whew, this camera keeps getting snowed up more and more every time we check in on it because of the snow that's been coming down. Watch out in the Finger Lakes. Auburn is now one of the school districts that is delayed. A lot of the schools in the Finger Lakes are choosing to delay this morning because of that lake effect that's been very persistent overnight. It's dropped anywhere from like 3 to 6 inches already, and so we're going to be keeping an eye on things now. Things will be on the move later this morning. We're already noticing things kind of filling in a little bit more back towards the Thruway in Cayuga County, and eventually this is going to cross the Thruway and head up towards the Tug Hill. But until then, I mean, we're still dealing with some of that steady snow. This is where we just saw on our camera. This is dropping right now. But downwind of Ithaca, in between like Caroline and over right out the Tioga County border, over near Hartford and Dryden. That's where we have some pretty steady snow. Again, several districts in this area already delayed. Now, this is forecast snowfall. This is new snow that's happening from 7 this morning till 7 tonight. So this does not take into account what has already fallen overnight, but you can see how things travel. And this afternoon and evening, we're going to be setting things up for the Tug Hill. Right at this Lewis County notch right here is where we are expecting some of our higher totals as things kind of wrap up here in the next 24 hours. So the timecast is still showing some pretty steady snow between Ithaca, Cortland, and southern Onondaga County by 7 o'clock this morning. By lunchtime, it's starting to move, so it's crossing the Thruway in Syracuse for a couple of hours mid-afternoon, and then it's heading up north. So for the evening commute, it's basically going to be from like the 104 corridor to parts over by Oneida County, and then it's going to keep lifting north and then hanging out around Pulaski, Adams, right where the counties come together. While that's happening, the rest of us, we can say goodbye to the snow for a few days. We're not really expecting anything after tonight. We're probably not until Friday, actually, believe it or not. Won't that be a little bit of a breather for us? Even seeing some sunshine tomorrow. It's still cold. We're in the 20s both today and tomorrow. We got some very chilly weather, breezy this afternoon, but that wind shift to the southwest is what's bringing that lake snow north, and so we'll have wind chills in the teens. Highs running still well below normal, like more than 10 degrees below normal. We wake up in the teens tomorrow again, highs in the 20s, but check this out. We got 40s Wednesday and Thursday, but of course, comes with some consequence. Actually, Thursday's not that bad, but you can see on our extended timecast what's coming up this week. Just a little bit of rain, snow happening. Not much, just a little bit for Wednesday night, mostly north of the Thruway. Even Thursday, I dropped our precip chances down to 10 because we're getting away the daytime periods pretty much dry. Not the case, though, Thursday night into Friday morning. We got some rain, and then we have colder air just waiting to rush back in here, and it does on Friday. So we go from the rain to the snow and dropping temperatures on Friday. So just a heads up on that. That's why you're going to see that blue arrow next to Friday. The technical daytime high on Friday may actually be like in the upper 40s. It's one of those like midnight highs, as we like to call it. But during the actual day when we're living our lives, it's going to be below freezing. So that's hard to represent on a 7-day panel there. So just as a heads up.
Well, let's move on to our question of the day. Wicked has officially wrapped its run at the landmarks, so it's widely known that the
Storm Team Alert, certified as Central New York's most accurate.
Alrighty, now the check at our radar. We continue to deal with some pretty steady lake effect going on between Ithaca and Cortland and then in the southern Finger Lakes. We are looking live right now. This is the Thruway, right? Yep, over near Weedsport along the Thruway, and yeah, it's snowing pretty good. Watching out for that drop in visibility, and the roads are slicking up in a lot of these places. We even have several school delays going on. If you notice, there's a little bit of a northward jog in this band right here, and so that's going to be our trend going forward this morning. A lot of that's going to lift through Syracuse between about now and, say, lunchtime. And so just keep in mind, this map is new snowfall. This does not take into account what has already fallen in the Finger Lakes, which is like 3 to 6 inches for a lot of you. But the Tug Hill area will have a nice little helping this afternoon. We'll finally catch a little break, though. After tonight, there's not much snow happening until Friday, and we even have a little breather with the temperatures. So that's pretty good. So a little to no impact happening later tomorrow, Wednesday, Thursday, and then Friday we have that kind of rain changing to snow in the morning.
Okay, we'll keep an eye on that. Well, Wicked has officially wrapped up its run at the land. Morning commute is expected.
Sleeping in for those kids.
That's what, and you were just saying, oh, I see it over Auburn.
Yeah, Auburn, our camera is now completely snowed over at this point, and it's been coming down pretty good. Here's what it looks like on 31, heading towards Auburn at the moment. And the roads, they are slick and snow covered. So just a heads up, you're going to want to give yourself at least a couple of extra minutes, especially if you are in the Finger Lakes. That's where we still have winter weather advisories going on. We even still have a lake effect snow warning for northern Cayuga County, but Ithaca, Cortland areas, right around southern Tompkins County, we've seen some really heavy snowfall here all morning long up towards Auburn and even into over near Cato and Wolcott. It is starting to really come down. I've noticed some snow showers on our Baldwinsville camera as well. So snowfall for today. This does not include what has already fallen. So this is new as of this morning through tomorrow. You can see where it's highlighted in the Tug Hill. That's where our snow is going to end up by this afternoon and produce upwards of 6 or more inches of snow by tonight. Everyone is cold though. It's 5 in Rome. We're in the 20s today with feels like temperatures in the teens.
Thank you, Kate. We'll begin.
This is a Storm Team Alert, certified as Central New York's most accurate.
And a very good Monday morning, a snowy one. This is live in Montezuma. Our photographer Anthony Vecchio is hitting the roads in the Finger Lakes for us. And so riding through Montezuma, through wine country there, and the roads are slippery. We got a lot of schools in the Finger Lakes area that are on 2-hour delays. It is starting to snow here in Syracuse as this is going to lift out of the Finger Lakes and eventually head for the Tug Hill area by the end of the day. It's 15 degrees right now. It's just a little bit of a breeze, but because our wind is turning more from the south, that's going to help bring this up. Is that happening? Yeah, it's going to take a couple hours. After lunchtime, then we'll see most of this snow north of the Thruway. But for right now, it has really been coming down all night long across the Thruway, through Auburn, down into the southern Finger Lakes, down into Ithaca, Cortland. There are some spots between Ithaca and Caroline going into Tioga County. That snowfall rate's about 1 inch per hour, so a lot of these spots are probably going to clock in at about 6 inches or more of snowfall before the morning is over with. Now, starting later today through tonight, this is forecast snowfall. This is on top of what has already fallen. A general 1 to 3 inches of new snow today, but it's mostly right here just south of Watertown in parts of Jefferson, Lewis counties, and that does include parts of Oswego County. Could see as much as 6 or more inches of snowfall tonight through tomorrow morning. So let's show you how things unfold. Because, yeah, right now this lake effect is still very much impacting south and west of Syracuse from Auburn to Ithaca, Cortland. Now, as the morning goes on, this is going to keep lifting north because of the shift in the wind. We're already noticing a little bit of that shift already. And so after lunchtime, this should be just north of the Thruway and keep going up. By the after school hours, it's mostly impacting like from Pulaski over towards like Camden, Rome, and then eventually going towards the Tug Hill, and that's where it's going to set up for the rest of the night through tomorrow morning. It's going to weaken by tomorrow morning, and then we'll be all done with the snow for a little while. We'll even catch some rays of sunshine. Oh, that's going to feel pretty good. Not warming up much yet, but we have temperatures 20s today and tomorrow. We still have wind chills. It's a little breezy at times this afternoon, so those wind chills in the teens. Highs today still running about 10 degrees below normal. We wake up tomorrow morning in the teens, highs in the 20s during the day, but look at this midweek warm up, 40s for Wednesday and Thursday. Yes, please. But can the weather stay quiet enough to enjoy it? Well, for the most part, yeah, actually. So once we get rid of the snow tomorrow morning, there's not much happening. There's a little weak system moving to our north on Wednesday. So there might be a few of you with some light rain snow showers, but most of us get away dry on Wednesday. And a lot of us get away dry on Thursday, too. 2 dry days in a row. Woo. That's a nice little Christmas wish, you know, considering how active it's been lately. But then this is what we have to watch out for. We have rain coming in, and it's going to come down pretty hard at times. And with temperatures in the 40s, that's going to lead to snow melt. So it's going to be quite messy with that colder air rushing in Friday, and we end as some snow by Friday afternoon. So that is something we do have to watch carefully. Potential any ice jams going on, or even just, you know, minor flooding because of snow melt and then rain on top of that. And then, of course, icing with temperatures dropping. So Wednesday or Friday could be a little bit of a concerning day. So we'll keep an eye on that one.
Okay. Good advice there. Wicked has officially wrapped up its run at the Landmark Theater. It is widely known that the musical is based.
Continue to deal with the snow. This is what it's been looking like from our Cafe Skynet 9 camera. This is looking out over the city of Syracuse, and our visibility has been going down as that band is lifting into Syracuse. It's been really coming down in the Finger Lakes all morning long, but now we're starting to see things pick up from the northern suburbs over towards Wolcott and just in northern Cayuga County where there's a lake effect snow warning. So we've been dealing with several inches of snowfall. Please watch your wheels. We are expecting an additional 1 to 3 inches of snow with up to 6 or more inches for the Tug Hill later tonight before the snow comes to an end by tomorrow morning, and then things will be a little bit better for the next few days.
All right, we'll keep an eye on that. Make sure you download WSYR Plus right now and join us for the morning news at 7 a.m.
Woody wants you to watch as well.
Woody says so. Have a good one.